Hey friends, Dylan Bates here with the Final Cut Bro. Today I have a user requested tutorial from my friend Bez, who is always watching my videos and commenting and liking and supporting the channel, and I really do appreciate it, so I wanted to show some of the love back towards you, my friend. So thank you so much for all your support on this channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the stabilization within Motion 5. Now you may wonder, why would I care about the stabilizer within Motion when Final Cut Pro already has one built in? Well, in my opinion, which is probably wrong, the stabilization in Motion is considerably better than in Final Cut Pro because it gives you a lot more manual control and several extra options. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is just bring our shot into Motion, and we will add a behavior here. And we're going to go down to motion tracking, stabilize. And once that's added, we can come over to the inspector. Now it's actually quite similar to the motion tracker that's built into Motion, but there are a few different options, one of which I really like, and that is the track region. Now the track region, unlike the point tracker, actually tracks a full section on your video, and I honestly do not understand why they don't add this feature built into Motion's motion tracker, much like Mocha or something. Maybe there's licensing issues or something. So you can click on this track region and it'll create this red box, and whatever is within that box, it will do a general job of tracking that. Now it doesn't follow with the track. You'll see as I analyze it, it just, it's just sitting there. So it's all done, and if we play through, we can see how it's stabilized this particular shot. And it's done a pretty darn good job of tracking it to that one spot. Now you'll notice the black borders, and we can easily fix that. If we come over here to the borders option, we can select zoom, and it will automatically zoom the footage in to fill the frame, so you don't have to worry about doing that manually, which is a handy feature. But it's also nice sometimes to just not zoom in, and you can add in like a clone layer or something that kind of matches what's underneath, just to extend out your shot. So it's nice having that option. That's something you can't do within Final Cut Pro. We've also got a couple options. The method is stabilize or smooth, and they have different levels of varying success. So you'll notice how this does far less movement, but the movement's a lot smoother now. So if I play through, compared to the other one like locked it down, and this one just makes it feel more like a gimbal movement or something. Okay, so this next one, we're actually going to try and mimic that Beats by Dre earphone commercial. We're going to track her AirPod here. So we're going to go into the motion tracking and stabilize there. Go over to our inspector. We are going to come down to this bottom button, and you can click add a tracker. Now you'll notice this red tracker here. So we'll just bring that over to where her ear is. And we'll get it right on that black dot, which is a heavy point of contrast, which is perfect. Let's go ahead and drag up the look ahead frames, and then we can just go ahead and push analyze. The look ahead frames essentially gives it a better track. It's a little slower, but it can look ahead and say, oh, okay, this object actually kind of looks like this later on, and so it does a better job tracking. I like to actually drag the look ahead frames up quite a bit just to get the best track I can within Motion, which is actually quite terrible. So maybe Apple will update the tracker in here someday, but not today. Okay, so we got that all tracked, and we can actually see how it's performing. So if I just play back here, we'll just notice how well this is sticking to that one spot on the screen. And of course the frame is going like crazy. So let's go ahead and set the borders to zoom. Now we can really see how well it's locked on there. There's one more thing that Bez had requested, and that's just using the offset tracker. Now, unfortunately, this scene doesn't really lend itself to that, but I will show you how to use the offset tracking just with the basic tracking. So if we select our video, go to behaviors, and we'll do analyze motion, we can find a point here, and I'm actually going to find something that's kind of close to this side of the frame just to really showcase this. So maybe we can do the corner here. We'll drag that up, and I will analyze this, but this object is going to get pushed off of the frame. So I'll show you what we can do to fix that. And we'll stop it there. maybe, nope, it didn't want to stop itself. So we'll back it up just a little bit. Once we get to this point, normally if I was to move this tracker and select a different section and then start motion tracking, it would just jump all of these tracking markers way over here. So what we need to do is actually make it an offset tracker. So let's find a good point. Let's try there. We'll hope for the best. So if I come down here to the offset track and I click that, and then I push analyze, it will continue to track off of the screen here. So I'll push analyze, and you'll see the tracking markers are going way off the screen, which normally it couldn't track anything right now. So that's a big improvement. So you can use the offset tracking, to stabilize a scene. Even if the markers go off of the screen, you can track it to something else using the offset tracker. So hopefully that makes sense. And just to test this, we could actually, throw in an object. I'll throw in a big square here and we'll turn it bright red to really see it. And we'll add a motion tracking match move behavior. And so now if I play this back, we can see it's actually tracking along even when that stuff is off frame. Now, again, motion doesn't have a very good tracker. I would probably want to do a scale and rotation track on here as well to get the best results, but this is just a quick overview. I'll probably do a more in-depth tracking tutorial later on. So again, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Bez, for your request. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful to not just you, but to lots of people. And if it was, consider pressing that like button and consider subscribing, as I have brand new tutorials every single Wednesday. Also, if you guys have any requests, please feel free to hit me up down in the comments, and I will do my very best to get to all of those. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next week.